This video was made possible by the EA Game Changers program. Hi guys, it's Chrissie and welcome back to another exciting video here on the channel. So I got an opportunity to attend a private Game Changer only live stream recently with some of the SimGurus to show off a little bit more about the Island Living Pack that we'll be getting. Now this was obviously made possible by the EA Game Changers program and I'm really thankful for that. So I got the chance to ask some questions to them about the pack and I got some answers for those questions and all of those things. So I'm going to be sharing some of that information with you guys today. Now I don't have any footage or screenshots or anything from the stream, so we're just going to be looking at a bunch of random Sims 4 trailers while I talk about all of this stuff. But yeah, so I'm just going to be sharing with you guys the information that I could bring back from the stream, and if there's any questions or anything that I missed that I didn't mention, feel free to leave those questions in the comments down below. If I have an answer for those questions, I will answer you guys in the comments to let you know. But yeah, so that's basically everything. I'm going to try and keep this video as concise as possible. I'm going to try not to go on different rants and everything like that or go off on tangents. But yeah, so I did get quite a few answers to some of the questions that I personally had about the pack. So first off, I obviously asked about the world. I asked about Sulani, and we do have we have a new world, and it's a completely livable world. You can live there with your Sims, like Willow Creek for example. It's a completely livable world. We have 14 new lots. Some of them do look quite big, so that's really great. And they're all editable, so you can turn any of those lots into residential lots or community lots as you would like. We also get a new lot type, which is water lots to create beach venues, the ones that go right into the water. We get a new lot type for that. We also get 3 new lot traits. Now one of these lot traits, the volcanic activity trait, comes with the pack itself. So that's a trait where your Sims can live there obviously, but if you have the trait, then you will get those volcanic eruptions where your Sims might get pelted with lava bombs. And then the 2 other ones are the clothing optional trait, and I'm going to leave that up to you guys to discover what that's all about. And then we also get the off-the-grid lot trait, where your lot won't have any plumbing or electricity, but you also won't have any bills. So that's really great. That's something that I know a lot of people have been asking for. And those 2 traits, the off-the-grid one and the clothing optional one, will be coming in the base game update right before the pack releases. So that's really great. Everyone will have access to that one. To those 2, I guess I should say. Now, there are 3 neighborhoods in Sulani, and I'm going to butcher these names, so I'm sorry about that. I'll pop them up on the screen for you guys so you can see how they're spelled. But it's Ohan Ali Town, so that's the town area, the main, I don't want to say downtown hub, but the town area of the world. Then we have Lani Sintaz, and that's the upscale, more residential, fancy area. And then we have Muapel the natural island. So this is the one with all of the butterflies and very closely connected to the conservationist aspect of this pack. We also have a few fun quirks, obviously, in the world. If you live closer to the volcano, on the island that has the volcano, you will obviously, and you have the volcanic activity lot traits, your Sims will get pelted with lava bombs every so often, and that's really fun. There's 2 different volcanic eruptions, a small one and a larger one. And lava bombs can't crush your Sims when they fall from the sky, but if your Sims touch them, they can set them on fire and they can die that way. And another fun thing with lava bombs is that if you let them cool down, your Sims can break them open to find crystals and stuff like that for collectibles. So you might be asking, what about seasons? How will seasons affect this world if you have seasons? So if you do have the seasons expansion pack, the weather in the whole world will be quite mild, all year round, since obviously it is very tropical. You probably won't get snowstorms and stuff like that in the tropics. but you will get the occasional tropical thunderstorm, so that's really great. And another cool thing about that, leading off of that, is that mermaids, you guys obviously know mermaids are in the pack, mermaids will be able to summon thunderstorms as part of their mer powers. So a little bit more about mermaids. Obviously, you might be asking, how can you turn Sims into mermaids? We saw that you can create them in Create a Sim. We saw that in the EA Play live stream, the announcement stream. But they also mentioned something about a kelp, I think, like a very special kind of kelp that can turn your already existing Sims into mermaids. And they also mentioned something about being able to reverse that change, kind of like you can with vampires, where you can cure them of their vampirism. I think it's going to be something like that. Obviously, I can't remember exactly what they said, but that's just what I can remember from the stream. So if I'm wrong about any of this stuff, definitely let me know in the comments down below if you know you've played with it by the time you're watching this or whatever. Obviously, it's not out yet. The pack comes out on the 21st of June. But yeah, if you happen to be watching this after it releases, let me know if I'm wrong about anything. But yeah, so I also asked them if only adults could be like mermaids, if only young adults and adult Sims could be mermaids, and that is actually not the only Sims that can be mermaids. Sims can be born as mermaids if they have 2 mermaid parents or whatever. They can be born as mermaids, so you can have mermaid toddlers, children, and teenagers, but they won't get any of their powers or their like tails or anything like that until they become teenagers. So you will have to wait for that, for them to be able to look like mermaids, you know. So they also won't just have their tails while they're in the ocean. They will also have their tails while they're in the bathtub. So that's really cool. I got to see the animation for that, and the tails for the mermaids are super realistic. Like, they move like you would expect an actual mermaid tail to move. It's really great, really well animated, and really, I don't know, like realistic. It's not like a stick figure or anything like that. It's very natural looking. So yeah, they have tails when they're in the bathtub, and I'm assuming they will also have their tails when they're in pools. We didn't get to see that, but I'm going to assume that they will also have tails while they're in like pools and stuff. That only makes sense to me. But yeah, so they also have some really cool powers, you know, along with being able to summon thunderstorms. They can also sing different kinds of siren songs, so that's really cool. And Sims will react obviously differently depending on, you know, what kind of song they've been sung or whatever. But yeah, they will have different kind of siren songs that they can sing. They will also have some special interactions with dolphins, like we saw in the EA Play livestream. They will obviously have a very great connection with the water and with dolphins and all of that kind of stuff. But they'll also be able to summon some special things while they're in the water, not like krakens or anything like that, or at least not that I could see in the stream. They didn't show krakens, but I don't think krakens are in this pack. But yeah, they will, I'll just leave it at that. They will have some fun interactions that are a bit more mischievous when they're in the water. And you can also have good or evil mermaids. So you have the good and the evil trait in the game, and if you have a mermaid that has the good trait, they won't be able to do some of the more mischievous interactions, since they're obviously a good sim. But if you have an evil mermaid, they won't be able to do some of the more like good interactions, if that makes sense. But if your sim doesn't have any one of those 2 traits, they'll be able to do all of the interactions. So yeah, that's also something that I thought I would mention. And they also have a new like needs bar. So their hygiene need has been replaced with the hydration need. Obviously they need to stay hydrated, and they can get hydration from a bunch of different sources. Obviously swimming, taking baths, drinking water, taking a shower, you know, all of those kind of things that would obviously give them more hydration. So for my builders out there, I did ask a little bit about build buy mode, but they didn't show off too much about that. But obviously there's a bunch of awesome looking assets and things like that in this pack that I'm really looking forward to. But some of the few things that really stood out to me is the fact that we will be getting pool floats. Obviously we saw that in the trailer for the pack. and they can go on the ocean as well as on like pools. If you have a pool that's large enough, your Sims will be able to use their pool floats on the pool. We'll also be getting a new foundation type. We'll be getting a new stilts foundation that will be perfect for, you know, building stilted homes or homes that go onto the water. Obviously, that will be great for that. We'll also be getting a new glass floor tile, but it's not in build mode. It's kind of like the get-together dance floors, the glass dance floors, but these were, as far as I could see, they looked like 2x2, you know, sized objects. It's just an object, almost like a rug, that you place down, and it will make the floor obviously look like glass. So that's great, since we saw in the trailer that you could place them on decks that go onto the water, and your Sims will be able to see through that. Now, you might be asking, what about boats? Now, as far as I could remember, they said we only get 2 different kinds of like water vehicles. I could be wrong, but I didn't see anything else either. So we get 2 new canoes. One's obviously a little bit more modern, contemporary looking, and the other one looked very like native. It looks very much like something that was handmade. And then we also get aqua zips. Now, aqua zips are obviously the team's version of jet skis, and that's really great. So I'm really looking forward to that. I saw the Sims do a few cool tricks on the aqua zips, and it looks amazing. The animations for all of that looks absolutely amazing. So yeah, so we also have a new ceiling fan. I know that's something that I was wondering about, if we would get it in a tropical pack. We also have a new ceiling fan. And the fun thing about this ceiling fan is they've added a whole new category to build by mode. If you go, you know, build by rooms, everything, they will have a ceiling, I can't remember the exact word, but like a ceiling decoration or whatever, like category, where you will have the ceiling fans will be under that. And the ceiling fans now turn on and off. They're not just on the whole time. They turn on and off, and they will also cool your Sims down. If you have seasons, obviously your Sims can get hot. The weather can be quite hot, so they will actually cool Sims down. They will act like air conditioning and cool down a room. And if your Sims are wet, they will also dry your Sims. And they've said that they will be updating the base game one that we got with the Caribbean update. They will update that one to work in the same way. So we will now have 2 ceiling fans in the game that do those things. Oh, wow, I'm really speaking very quickly, but I want to get through this as concisely as possible. I don't want to ramble too much. But yeah, we will also be getting lounge chairs, obviously, as you guys could remember from the trailer. And wow, I really just tripped over my words. If I'm remembering correctly, we'll get 3 different lounge chairs, and 2 of them I think will come with the pack, and then I think 1 of them will be in the base game, in the update. I'm not exactly 100% sure about that, but so don't take my word for it. But I think 1 of them will be in the pack, and then 1 of those lounge chairs will actually be portable. 2 of them won't be, but 1 of them will be portable that your Sims can carry around in their inventory. And that's basically everything I got about build by that I can remember that I took notes on. But obviously there's so many amazing assets in this pack. I can't wait to do a proper build by overview. Now on to gameplay. One of the first questions that people always ask with new packs is, will there be a new woohoo spot? And in this pack, yes, there will be. There will be a new woohoo spot that we actually saw in the stream. I don't know if there are any more, but this is just the one that we saw. And that's actually, we can woohoo in the waterfall. One of the islands has a waterfall in it, and your Sims can actually woohoo in the waterfall, and it looks really cool. And they can also shower in the waterfall, which is great if you have obviously the off-the-grid lot trades where your Sims won't have plumbing inside the house, so you can go and shower in the waterfall. And we also got 2 new traits, and we also got a new aspiration for like create a Sim. We got the beach life aspiration. Basically with that, if your Sims complete it, they'll never again be stressed, since they will have attained the perfect, state of relaxation. And then we also got the child of the island and child of the ocean traits for your Sims, and they will come with different interactions, based on them. But yeah, those are the interactions that we got. We also got a new randomized trait button. I know a lot of people missed this in the EA Play live stream. We didn't quite see it and they didn't point it out, but yeah, we will be getting a new randomized trait button, and that will be for in Creator Sim as well as when your Sims actually age up. So you don't have to like guess about traits that you want them to have. You can just randomize it and deal with whatever you're given, basically. And I know people talked about turtles. We did see quite a few turtles in the trailer and stuff like that. Turtles won't have the same interactions as dolphins will. Dolphins, obviously your Sims can befriend, you can name them, you will have a bunch of different interactions with them, you can befriend them. But turtles don't act the same way. They're not, your Sims can't interact with them. But you will get a new turtle hatching event that your Sims will probably be able to attend or look at or something like that. We didn't get to see it, but they mentioned it, and it sounds really cute, so I'm really looking forward to exploring that more. Another popular question that a lot of people always ask is, will there be a new death? So yes, there is a new death. We didn't get to see the death, but they mentioned it, and we got really close to our Sim, to the Sim actually dying. So that's death by like shark. There are actually sharks in this pack, and if your Sim swims like into the deep waters, they will get a chance of seeing sharks, and this is super rare. But if your Sims see a shark, they'll obviously see them react, and if they continue swimming while the shark is in the vicinity, you will have the chance of the shark actually pulling your Sims down into the water, and they can drown that way. So yeah, that's something that I'm actually looking forward to trying out. Now onto jobs. We know we'll be getting few new jobs in this pack. We'll be getting obviously the lifeguard and the diving instructor jobs, and they mentioned like this is like odd jobs that your Sims can just pick up for a few days or something to get a few simoleons and stuff like that. And they function, if I understood them correctly, they function like part-time jobs, where you know your Sims don't have a 9 to 5 jobs. They have like odd hours, they can work in shifts and stuff like that. And part-time jobs are now also available for adult Sims. They're no longer just for teenage Sims. Adult Sims can work part-time jobs as well, so that's really great. They've said that they'll go back and update all of the base game part-time lots that teens can do at the moment to also work that way. So yeah, that's what they said that about it. If I'm remembering correctly, I believe that's what they said. The stream was a few days ago, so I can't remember exactly, but I believe I wrote that down correctly. And yeah, so that's really awesome. Teens, you know, Sims can work that way. And if I have this correctly, if I'm remembering right, they also mentioned that you'll probably be able to work either morning or night shifts. So that's really cool. And they also mentioned something about being able to work both shifts, so your Sims can work for a little bit more if you need more money, I guess. And last two things that I want to mention is the fishing update. They said they'll be updating fishing to turn it into more of a career for your Sims, so that you know it'll be a bit more profitable to do as a job. And they've updated obviously the fishing skill. They added more like fish to the world, and they've also added fish traps and a bunch of other different things that have kind of retuned the skill and stuff to make it work a little bit better, kind of like they did with gardening a while back. Now on the topic of gardening, they also added new harvestables to kind of go along with the tropical theme. So they've added coconuts, Tara and Kava. I'm probably not saying those last two correctly, but yeah, they've added those. And then my personal favorite, which is pineapple. I've been wanting pineapples in the game for so long, and I'm so happy to see them. I can't wait to see what they actually look like and play with them and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's basically everything I got about The Sims 4 Island Living, what I found out through the private live stream that I got to attend thanks to the Game Changers program. But yeah, if you guys, like I said, have any more questions, leave those down below for me. If I have an answer for you guys, I will obviously answer you, since yeah, the embargo for like the Game Changers that went to EA Play has lifted as well. So you guys will be able to see a bunch of different videos about that over here on YouTube, and all of that stuff about footage that they captured. So if you want to, find out more about that, I will leave a few of my friends that went to EA Play's channel links down below for you guys. So definitely go and check out their channels. They will have a bunch of information down there for you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and sticking around. And remember to hit the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. And yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye guys.